Welcome back to our Kanto sandbox park build. We have our expedition we ran on Kentrosaurus just to finish a contract. Turned a bit of money there from those fossils already, which is great. Why don't we just get rid of these fossils by doing a quick processing batch? And in the meantime, with the money from the contract, we can do guest comfort and wide paths. Okay. Great, so there's all that. The goal for today is going to be to get out our third species / Pokemon in the form of Chasmosaurus / Bastiodon. Maybe Shieldon. I don't remember if I decided to do both under the same species. But yeah, we'll get that out, and then we'll get, hopefully, Pewter City built or started, and that's the goal here. Yeah, it looks to me like it's just Bastiodon for Chasmosaurus. But I do have the shiny skin for that. Okay, we got a storm. This is after the paths are prepared or fixed up. We have 400k with a storm coming in, so we should be fine here. But we'll include it in the video just in case we're not, or we struggle for some reason or another. Or that happens. Thankfully, we're right there. Okay. Yeah, definitely with one enclosure, it actually makes more sense to keep the ranger nearby up here and not do those repairs until the storm ends. So that's something we should probably start doing instead of, like, I should never click to go repair something down here mid-storm with a single Jeep in the park. It's just a bad idea. Okay, Chasmosaurus then. So, let's look at the research tree. Of course, reiterating this is modded now. So, 1 star has been achieved, but we have to still do the prerequisite Ceratopsian research to unlock it. So let's knock out Torosaurus there, and then we'll do Chasmo, and then get the digs in. We need more genetics to actually do the research for Chasmosaurus. So I think we want to get Specialist Facility, which is here, and the second Staff Center, and potentially points distribute as well. And all of that should be able to get us, well, will definitely get us the genetics we need without actually increasing the upkeep cost at all. We're 2 points shy on 3 scientists. So I think we'll start working on that. That means we're going to have some downtime here while we wait for, well, this person will have to rest, and we'll have to wait for enough cash to actually finance these projects. And in the meantime, we can just make some money. I think the park is at a pretty good spot here. About 1.5 stars is a nice spot to just stockpile some cash. The amenities are more or less fine. I imagine, yeah, they're basically capped out. The issue is partially that, but also the issue is just having, distance, I think. We are all just slightly bad all of a sudden. Okay, fine, fine. Alright. Efficiency upgrades. So, this once again brings up the discussion on whether or not response facility scanners is actually worth it. I don't think I'm going to put them in. Improved yield would be good. We should have it in before we ever go out and do a dig. So I think it's logical to put it in now so that I just don't forget. It's also only 75,000, so it's not even expensive. And then, like, the fossil capacity is very expensive, of course, so we can wait on that until we actually need it and have the money for it. Yeah, so that's not too major. What else could we work on here? I don't think there's much else to do just because the money situation's not phenomenal. Like, we're doing good, but we're not doing so good that we can just fill our time with whatever research we feel like doing or whatever. We still need to be a little bit careful here. So yeah, his resting's done. That gets us the window to do the next piece of research. Okay, yeah. So to do specialist facility, we'll need more logistics. So we have to do this first. And then we'll have to put a point into this person too. But that's also not a problem. But we still probably want to float around like 400k for storms. Although so far all the storms have been pretty mild. Which I wonder if that's a Germany thing. Or what the deal there is. They feel like they've been pretty short. We've had like 2 buildings damaged per storm. It's not bad at all. And maybe I shouldn't, address that fact because the game will hear me and decide to punish me for bringing it up. Also, that has to be changed slightly. Okay. Okay, contract time. The amenity contract is free.
Let's get some
generally.
buildings in place.
Although we don't have a medium in the park yet. So it's less free than it would be, but it's still not bad. So why don't we just slap down a shopping, like literally anywhere. Well, it has to be somewhere where it's powered. So I guess we'll just slap it down here. And then we'll just shut it down. We're not going to dismantle it. We're going to leave it in the park. Oh, I should have put it maybe in an orientation that would last longer. But we'll do large amenities eventually. So that's probably fine. So that finishes the contract. And then if we get that contract again, we have that on hand.
And we need world-class facilities.
That also now finances the specialist facility here, which we can do with everybody. A little short on money, but I think we're good since we just completed that contract start of the month. Like, yeah, we're fine. Storm won't happen right away. Yeah, looks good. All right, there's our specialist facility. Now, we could build the other specialist facility, or we could train. I think because of the upkeep cost of training a scientist, the second specialist facility is the better option. We were using... This is Jurassic World, right? Pretty sure. Yeah. Jurassic World Staff Center. We'll just slap it down here on Route 1. For now. We'll find a better spot for it in the future. Really, we might be overcrowded on buildings, essentially until we get to, like, Saffron City or something. And we actually have them, a very expansive city with a lot of space for buildings. And until that happens... Yeah, like the staff centers and little stuff like that, I don't know. We'll just have to cram them in corners or something. And see how it works out, That's part of a progressive build like this, right? You gotta make compromises to actually be able to play the game. And then by the end of it, you got the park that looks the way you want it to in theory. Or I get pissed off or bored and pull the plug. One or the other. So that enables us to be able to do the Chasmo research. Now we definitely want to save money because there should be a storm inbound soon. 200k for this. Oh, scientist limit 3. Why does that highlighted? I don't know why that's red. That's really weird. And now it's not. I wonder if it's a UI holdover from when we didn't have the skill necessary that kept it red. Either that or maybe this was originally had a different... Well, I think Chasmosaurus... I can't remember if the research requirement for Chasmosaurus is unmodded, if I didn't change it with the mod, or if it was originally an auto unlock. But I'd be hard-pressed to see why either would affect that being red in the UI. I think that was just a visual glitch because the scientists were only recently upgraded by a building mod. I don't think the game accounts for that exactly. Until you click on it, and then it, like, updates. Some weird, like, thing like that. Maybe tick speed in the game affects that. Who knows? Could be anything. Okay, Chasmo research is completed. We have a storm rolling in here. I think we'll go through the storm and then send out the dig team just to make sure we have all the money we need on hand for this. Let's make sure, yeah, get the medical facility repaired immediately. I'm willing to go over there for the hotel. Alright, another good short storm. I mean, I'm okay with that. A lot of storms, them being short and causing minimal damage is not so annoying. I do need to go back to doing, like, more difficult challenge mode runs, but... I mean, to me, so this update is, like, all about, like, big maps and whatnot, not so much difficulty things. So... kind of the fun thing has been checking out the big maps a little bit and the expanded maps. But we can definitely do some challenge mode runs on that too. I just also have some... oh, this is damaged. I also have some part concepts that are like perfect for these big maps. Some things I've kind of had in my back pocket that all of a sudden work much better. Like a build like this, right? This is based on a very square video game map. Now we have big square game levels here to build something like this on. I've got other conceptual parks that are based on certain certain areas of the real world, matching the actual like geography of the location or whatever. And now I don't need to try to fit those parks awkwardly into some weird shape. I can do those on big square open areas, which is cool. But I definitely think after this park build, which I'm not going to want to do another big square customization mode, I think after this we should probably try the super challenge mode. Which will be interesting, because in some sense, like, my research mods almost undermine that. Except if we actually set it up to do the super challenge mode in challenge mode, which I think we will, then the research mods won't actually affect it. Because the research mods explicitly edit the sandbox research trees. So any changes we make to challenge modes are made to separate actual research trees in the code. So there should be no crossover, but we'll have to make sure that's true. So this gets Casmo to 63. We're going to finish it before we do anything with it, of course. Looks like we've got at least 3 dig sites for Casmo. Probably just 3. So there's going to be some rest in between here and a little bit of waiting, but we'll get it done. A little bit of money coming back in here from the next wave of fossils. I think we're just going to keep processing like this without the upgrade to save a little bit of money here. We're going to have to wait for this rest to process. Another thing I was thinking about is the hatchery upgrade. Is currently available and is only 200k. We should do this to maximize the clutch size on the Chasmosaurs, I think. Also, 800k money. We're actually, like, getting money. We're not just having to sit and wait for money. We're, like, actively making some money here while we run these research tasks and stuff, which is nice. It's good to have a net profit, like, even with all your associated expenses counted in, too. Also, I think I see a path section that wasn't replaced here. Yep, there we go. Missed one. A little bit more capacity is always welcome. Yeah, good for that kind of stuff to work out financially. Well, I think here we try for some photographs. It might be bad, but if it is, we can... Okay, nope, Amarga eating should be pretty free. Good stuff. Let's pause here. We want to get that done within the timer, of course, with the extra cash, but we can do other stuff while that goes. So, hatchery upgrades for sure. Has to be you. But then we probably have the 1 dig site left that we can't do. Yeah, it's a 5-min. Okay. So we'll have to wait and do the other one afterwards. Also, taking some pictures just in general for money is never bad. Sleeping, socializing, eating. Already done. Good stuff.
I may not know this, but I've seen some serious stuff during my time with the dinosaurs.
Have you, Fako and Grady? Have you now?
But your work on that objective, that wasn't a close call. That was a slam dunk.
All right. Hey, look at that money though. Almost 2 million bucks. Holy smokes. At the point that we have that much money, Why don't we do a new Amarga? So, we can probably go ahead and pop that up there now. So this is going to be a shiny, I think. Yes. I mean, it is going to be a shiny, because there's no other option for what it could be. Quillian and Rana. Wait, I don't have Rana? Okay, Quillian and Blank, just kidding. We could still do, you know, at least one of them that way. We'll do the skin research, or the pattern research for Rana next. So we only want one of these anyway. Oh, we need both of them on this task. That's fine. I could have done 75% actually on the lifespan, because we're only hatching one for a shiny. And with the Dracos, I did, yeah, I named the other ones just as almost a reminder thing. Oh yeah, and we could have waited for the clutch optimization, but we're going to get one always anyway, so it's not a big deal. Alright, there's that. Let's slap that in there. And Chasmosaurus dig 2. Oh, and the research. Rana pattern. Oh, I should also... Okay, we also have vaccines to work on. I should check the Chasmosaurus skins we need. We need Sonoran, Lethal Baits, and Amazon Calcarana. Let's definitely get Rana here for sure, first and foremost. And then we can go check the hatchery. Okay, so most of the skin colors, or all the skin colors, are already unlocked, so that doesn't matter. But patterns, we only have Pool Karana. We're getting Rana right now, plus whatever that's paired with. We need Lethal Baits and Calcarana. Calcarana's there, Lethal Baits is here. So why don't we just do the Lethal Bait skin right away too, after all this is finished. Okay, the shiny is ready. This is specifically a shiny Amora. Basically just a white version of the Amarga. Yeah, I never noticed that the Amarga's feet do look properly cursed for a sauropod. Alright, and this is shiny Amora. These guys have too much ground fiber, but... Or not enough ground fiber, I mean. But we want to get rid of some of the old ones, because they're the wrong color palettes. So why don't we start trading those out now? I think that's fine. I talked up before about waiting for a contract to do it, but I don't think we'll bother. Alright, there goes Amarga number 1. Oh yeah, also curious about the lifespan. So 143, but this is long lived, which is 30%. That's plus 13. Yeah, so I guess the lifespan on the original Amargas was still maxed for the base, which is interesting. Next wave of research here. Crypto vaccine, yes please. And then the other patterning, which was the bottom one, lithobates. Do that. Kind of missed the time window here a little bit because the Dinosaur Park dig is coming right back into. We don't have people... Ooh, platinum. We don't have anybody here to... Oh, we never even ran the previous batch. We could do... There's no reason to actually do the other upgrade. Because this is... Yeah, this is not going to fit in one more batch. Or fit in all in one batch. If we unlock these extra slots, we cannot fit all these 4 other fossils in. But they will run in a second wave, so it's fine. There's no reason to actually do the upgrade. We'll do it eventually, when it matters. It just doesn't matter here. Goodbye. We can also get the other Amarga set up for the second shiny, which was Rana patterned. Okay, and then this research is just about finished here. Pattern genes in 10 seconds. And then the crypto takes a little bit longer, but that doesn't really matter either. Let's get the fossils going. Yeah, and then she's going to have to rest. I don't think the other two scientists have enough genetics to do fossils without her, right? They don't. We do have a point, though. Do I want to put that point into the welfare specialist? I don't think I do. I think we should really, really minimize using points. Just because it keeps making them more expensive, which is not great. So we'll just let her do all the work. So we'll get these processed. We'll process the second wave, and then we'll come back and set up the Chasmosaurus. All right, we're going to deviate to do growing population, because that is always a great contract. So 3 Dracorexes for 120,000 plus the base value. In terms of what we're doing here, we could do, let's do maybe the initial skin, which was Death Valley Blank for the regular Marowaks. And yeah, their modifications are set up for lifespan still. We already have a social one, so that's fantastic.
Potential problems we have to
So
keep
that's
an eye
10
on.
seconds right
Vigilance
after.
is
Park
name
will
of
be
the
back
game.
right after that. Hatch them, get that extra money real quick. We might have to do a little bit more work on the enclosure then to fit them in. It said we need 3 here, right? Yeah. I'm only going to hatch these 3 then. And we'll get through the storm too. There, got the mute in the second time at least. Oops. Right, there we go. Population
There's an
11
art to getting
actually
other
is still
people to get
fine.
things done.
Cool.
Some call that leadership.
Okay, $2 million bucks. We're rich. Right, the genetic specialist is not back yet.
You have the quality.
Okay, we'll get these fossils processed and then get the Chasmo set up still. There's the Great Pewter City reorganization, museum, gym, and then the 4 standard buildings, ignoring, of course, the placement of the bunkers and bathrooms, as those are being treated as freebies. The ratings are still good, mostly here. We've lost some shopping and stuff, probably based on distance.
Next objective. You do the work, I'll take
Pretty sure Gus Comfort.
That's a win for us
Interesting.
both.
It might be a freebie, but I can't be sure. Let's take it, because I never really seen this one.
To be as comfortable as always for
Oh.
our guests.
Oh, well, that's
Okay,
fucked.
maybe it's louder and they need to keep the doors locked, but you get my point, right?
So that one's interesting. So transport rating actually remains a game function even when it's removed from your rating screen and disabled in game. So here, yeah, no transport rating, but the contract still pops up for it. So that's not ever going to happen. I mean, that's not going to happen anytime soon. We are going to have like a
While you
monorail
could argue
eventually,
that these
but
animals
not
are
until
living
it makes
experiments,
sense for the
they are
game.
still deserving of
for the design,
best
the
care we
build.
can provide. Healthy specimens, if you will.
And we've
make
still got
for
a few
better
buildings we need to get rid of. Like
science.
this staff center needs to be moved. This staff center is going to stay here. This is the secondary building on Route 2. So that's actually intended placement for that staff center. And then, yeah, we got the Viridian's Forest entrance, exit building, and then the gate building is conceptually this other viewing gallery. The gate building in the middle of Route 2. Essentially. It's not perfect, but it's, for our purposes, matches roughly the building placements, which is all we really need. Yeah, we need to reassign the ranger team here. And the medical team while we're at it. I think it's probably worth having gates on either end now. Which also makes more sense conceptually with the entrance and exit points to Viridian Forest in the actual games. So we'll do a little bit of that. Thin out those trees there so they can actually reach the gates decently. And there, I'm pretty happy overall with the design here. I'm trying to keep space in Pewter City here for upgrading these amenity buildings to even larger ones. To two large ones eventually. So we don't want to push over on that. How's the power holding up? 39 out of 60. Not too shabby. And we have enough money here to do those Chasmosaurs now. So let's get those set up. For regular Bastiodon, we're looking at Sonoran. And Lithobates. It would be good to have social on these, but we can do that later. Oh, they have a 25% chance of social. So we might just luck out and get one anyway. Okay, well that's good. 40 seconds. Yeah. So we'll get these Chasmos out, and then we can start to work on a Mount Moon enclosure over here for carnivore. I'm not quite sure what carnivore we're going to use. I guess we could think about that and possibly start doing the research for that after we get Chasmosaurs out. So, yeah, see, nothing so far works. But we do have access to this 1-star tier here. I actually don't think any of these end up being in the park, do they? What is our first carnivore? Oh, I do have Morose in the park. We're using actually are using Morose. So we could do Morose and Mount Moon. Oh, and I actually did plan on having Dilophosaurus in. So actually we could just do that. Yeah, that would work. Okay, yeah, we got two options. Dilo's immediately available. That's definitely something we could be digging up. We might as well do that. Let's get digging Dilos. Because otherwise our logistics specialist isn't doing anything. It's also super cheap.
You've put your organization skills to excellent use dealing with that job.
We'll just skip the
Reminds me of
aggressives.
my ex. She used to constantly remind me to be more
And there's our
organized.
social.
The lesson stuck with me. She didn't.
Womp womp. Okay, Chasmosaurus number 2. Amazon Calcarana. That's the shiny. We're going to just do the one again. Double checking here. Yeah, Amazon Calco. Save and exit. So it looks like we'll just have 4 to start with, which is fine. I want to get the last fixed Amarga out too. At some point, at least. All right, well, sure, we'll just take one of them. Doesn't matter which one, as long as it's not aggressive, so that's good. What else? So there's the Dilo fossils. Nice osmium. Trilobites. Should we do the upgrade here? Maybe not yet. Well, definitely not with a storm coming in. Okay, that's Dilo finished. So, the other option we could do is a different Dilo pen. So, because the Dilos are fairly small, they take up a fairly small area. And Mount Moon's a very large area. So I really don't want to do Dilo there. Also, my enclosures in this park build were originally evaluated for doing a combined Kanto Johto park, which means I need to actually figure out my arrangement of paddocks. Because originally I was just doing basically dungeons as enclosures and not routes, and that's not going to work with just Kanto. So what I'm thinking I might do is we might do Dilo on Route 1, because we can tuck it kind of in here off to the side of Pallet Town. And that'll sort of work. Like, Route 2 doesn't really work because Route 2 is already Viridian Forest. Although we do have this side over here we could use, but I'd rather not. And the dinosaur that is going to, or the Pokemon that's going to be represented by Dilophosaurus is conceptually, it's conceptually fitting for it to be on Route 1, I think. Yeah, those are Bastiodons. Yeah, because Bastiodon is a very, it's a yellow and gray Pokemon. Specifically, it's got yellow markings on its frill. Not this many. It's got like 4 yellow like windows kind of on its frill. And then the rest of it's gray. And here we've got, yes, gray on the back and then yellow on the body. It's not really the right proportions. Like, it's much more distinctive in Pokemon, but this is not a bad representation of its color palette. It's certainly the best we can do here. Sorry, your comfort's bad? Who do you hate? Oh, you don't hate anybody. You're just... none of your needs are met. And you're already mad about it for some reason. Why? I'm actually surprised that it was able to be negative there at the start like that, without it having had any time to form a territory at all. A little strange. Well, alright. They're fine though. Yeah, so I think we'll put the Dilo on Route 1. At least for now. We can always move it later if we decide there's a more appropriate spot, which is probably the right way to approach it. Also, I'm going to guess that we're going to need to upgrade to medium amenities pretty soon. Yeah, we do need to do that. Probably more soon. Oh, and these ones are explicitly smalls because of the spacing here. Yeah, see, I didn't really future-proof the layout of Viridian City. And I mean, I knew that was a thing because this started being designed very compactly. And then as we got down here by Pewter City, I was basically just saying, fuck it, we'll make it big. So we can put big ones in here and see what the ratings do for us. Let's do that. So we've got action figures here. We should have these set up to be more logical. Like, the Pokemart should be shopping. Like, conceptually. So let's do that. Let's grab you. Okay, then food. Okay, so food and shopping, how does this work out for us? Fantastically. Okay. Cool. Then I'm really hoping the Dilos can handle the other amenity spot pretty handily. Drinks. This, I think, actually makes more sense to be a fossil display here, just because I'm counting on there being more guests eventually and needing it. Why don't, you know what? No, let's just, well, 365. 3-4. Yeah, let's leave it out. Until we actually get a warning that it's bad, we'll leave it alone. And our shiny Bastiodon. Yeah, so the shiny's got like an oranger body plan, I think, if I remember correctly. Let's just, I'll pull it up to compare. Oh no, it's yellow. It's yellow and blue. So this is as yellow as we can get, and blue on the frill outline, more so than the yeah, the markings. I'm sorry, did I set this up right? Yeah, Amazon. It just doesn't look very yellow with the rain and the color. I guess the big thing is like the yellow in there. Yeah, they look pretty similar right now. It's close enough. All right. Sorry, was that? No, that was correct capitalization. Ever since my caps lock key thing happened in the other video and actually affected the names, and I've just been slightly like conscious of that as a thing. You need a little bit more ground fiber. Nope, you're actually fine now. Just momentary disruption. Okay. And then the other Amarga. So this should be the shiny Auroras, which should be Quilly and Rana. Double checking that we did the right ones. Yep. Okay. Okie dokie. We need to process the other Dilo fossils. We'll get the Dilos out today too, I think. So yeah, we'll just get this released. Alright, there's the shiny Auroras. We got rid of the other starter Amarga, so we're down to just the ones with the correct skin patterns that we want to have here. Alright, there's our little group of Pokemon all hanging out. Yep. Well, sure are Pokemon. I like that you could see the back of the Germany map over there with the mountains, which is actually really appropriate because in the Pokemon universe, there should be big mountains in that direction, which is great. And you could see the ocean in that direction, which is also accurate. I never thought about that. The arrangement of mountains here is actually perfect. Coastline to the west and the south, and then mountains to the west and to the north. How unfortunate is it that this is the map border, actually? Can you imagine if we were able to just have this whole cliff and everything down there be water instead of this cliff? I mean, I guess it's a fair distance to get down there. looking back at it from over here, it makes it look like we're just basically right on the water, but that's because the cliff is out of view until you get right over here. Still, it'd be really cool if you could actually build right down to the water. That would be really neat. I do hope we see that in the future. That'd be fantastic. What is that reflection? I guess that's just the sunlight reflection, but I don't know why it's layered. 4 layers. It's very weird. Well, anyway, that's not the point of any of this video stuff. Let's get the dilos done. Yeah, we still have the fossils to get here to finish up the genome. So we'll get that processed, and then I'll get the pen worked on. It's going to be Route 1. He is a lot more yellow in daylight. Yeah, so the shiny is definitely distinctly shiny compared to these browner ones. Yeah. So we definitely shouldn't judge... I shouldn't judge my previous assignments of skins in the middle of the night, because it can actually be pretty deceptive with the color being muted at nighttime. The Dilo pen is ready to go. We're going to try it like this over here. Kind of technically off to the side of Route 1, off the map where there's not really anything going on. Which is, I think, fine. Compromises to make, you know, the park build work. Dilo's done, so let's get these set up. I would really like to get a social alpha probably because the pen is pretty small. So these are our septiles. We want mangrove and blank for the first one. Or the first batch. And then we can do shinies as well. Also, yeah, I was going to say we should probably check these because they probably shifted. That is factually accurate. Not any good options for that one. Probably not any good options for this one either. Yeah. Oh, that actually works. Is there no equivalent here that works? No, for some reason that one's slightly more yellow. 637, 69. Yeah, that's still better though. Okay. Fine. Power check. 47. And the Dilos are ready. So, nice, we got a social. These are 4 social, I think, right? So we should have 3 regular ones. Yeah, we'll take the 3 socials, and then we'll do the shiny for the 4th. So the shiny one here. Also, I kind of like this whole thing we're doing with the shinies, where we have just like one special for each dinosaur that's its own unique skin combo. It reminds me a little bit of the Baryonyxes we did in the Biosin Park build, where every single member had its own unique skin that was picked out to like make a nice looking pack. So the shiny here is Gambia blank. So we'll just take the best one we get out of this bot. And go ahead and slap in a goat feeder. No, we cannot yet. Goat feeder. Do we need to research goat feeders, or can we not do it until we have a carnivore? I forget how it
Another
works.
objective has just
Yes.
landed. I've shared
Build
the
amenities.
details with you.
Sure. Okay, we need the carnivore to do
Let's
the
get
goat
some new
feeder.
buildings
Fair
in
enough.
place. We're a
Let's wait on
professional
that.
outfit, and we need world-class facilities.
These are okay. Goat is automatic. I forgot that it was automatic. Good.
Commencing asset transit.
Don't know why it's locked, to be honest. Oh, Docil's kind of nice, but Dilos are never really a threat to Jeeps. We'll take the social fit. Just to make sure we're have a good selection of alphas to rotate through. I'm sorry, do we end up with 4 social Dilophosaurus with 25% genetic chance? I mean, it's not surprising on the last one. Actually, 3 out of
Transportation
8.
in progress.
is not dissimilar from 25%. Never mind. It's only one extra. That's not weird. That's pretty common. Okay, we'll get that taken care of. First Stylo on the ground. Yeah, they are prey. I couldn't remember for sure because sometimes they're different than I remember them, or they change in the case of like maybe Coelophysis. I don't remember. All right, there's our septile. Nice green.
One of the earliest carnivores, we now know Dimorphus.
Okay, structure is damaged. Income tax kicking in. All right. Cool. Cool. I'm perfectly happy now to send the ranger team all the way down here to fix buildings because it's just about as far away as it would be otherwise.
Collection request. Asset has been transferred.
Missing water. Just because they don't have the water in view. Fine. Repair. Nothing else matters. Okay. Okay, I mean, this pen is perfectly good for dilos. We can actually fit even more of them in there if we decided we want to. Or cut it down if we decide we want to do that. We could do that. We could cut it down so that it's like maybe a little further from Pallet Town. You know what? Doesn't matter.
Our job
Alright, there's our shiny septile.
is to remain.
Let's take a look at shiny septile because I don't remember what it looks like. Shiny septile. Yeah, do in fact just kind of be blue like that. Blue and actually has like a yellow stripe on its belly, so the underbelly color here being yellow is actually pretty nice. That's actually kind of a nice color for a dilo. It's kind of an iridescent like blue and green mixed together. Honestly, these dilos for being unpatterned are also kind of nice looking. Like the color is just nice on them.
'Cause we know
Even
the
though we can't
dinosaurs
see any of them in
lived
this
no quarter.
freaking woods.
Taking care of that objective only helps us.
All right, well, that seems pretty good to me. We got all of our stuff in. Everybody who needs to be in the park is in the park.
Accomplish the mission.
Cool. Okay. And we're coming up nicely on 2 stars. Quick ratings check to wrap up the episode. 88, 84. This could be better, but I don't know how we could make it better. We need to do a quick pass through on the upgrades here too. Oh, I guess our contract finished. I thought it was one we had to do something else for. All right, looks like we're gonna just need a bunch of yellow here. 30, 31. Actually worth it. And you're fine for some reason. Huh, don't question it. It would be really nice to get more space here in Viridian City. We could try and compress Route 1 down. I'll have to think about that. We could also try, we could get back a tiniest bit of space here by moving everything back slightly further here. I think I'm going to probably do that. Not today, not in this episode, but I think we have to. Because we're already struggling on ratings here. And when we put in Mount Moon, we're going to be running off of these shops here, which are almost capped. They'll be upgraded to large eventually, but yeah, I think we have to get these to be large. Here's what we'll do. We'll leave this alone until we actually get large amenities. And then when we have large amenities, we'll rebuild Viridian City. So large amenities are going to come in at 2.5 stars. So yeah, something we don't really need to worry about yet. It's also potentially possible that we could rebuild this for mediums, and the mediums, I think when you switch to large, they don't get any deeper. They only get wider. So that might work too. I don't know. It's a tough one. I mean, we're going to struggle with rating if we don't do it. No, we'll do it next episode right away at the start. We'll rebuild Viridian City. We'll just compress Route 1 down, which we should have enough space to do that. It shouldn't be that bad. And that'll work. Okay, well, then let's end this episode here until next time.